Filming for Big Box of Flicks didn't exactly go as planned this week, and you're about to see what I mean.
Hold on, I'm coming, hold on! Hi! Welcome back to Big Box of Flicks. Hold on, almost there, hold on, wait! Hi! Welcome back to Big Box of Flicks. Okay, hold on, almost there, hold on! Hi! Welcome back to Big Box of Flicks. Hi, Cha-Cha. Hi. Welcome back to Big Box of Flicks. My name's Ken, and, let me try that again, because I have to look over this way. This is the fourth time I've recorded this intro to this video. I can't seem to get it quite right. I don't know if it's because I look here and I see myself, I look there and I look like I'm looking at the camera. It's just my phone. So it's a little disconcerting. Anyway, it's Big Box of Flicks. I got a big box of flicks over here. I'm here, and the movie for the week is right here. It's Charlie Chaplin's City Lights. Crazy, because I got in a little late, ruined the beginning of this video. I totally understand, but I'll make up for it. I'll ruin the end of the video. I ruined the beginning of the video. Sorry. I guess now I have to ruin the end, huh? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll spoil it. This week we're talking about City Lights. I'm way too close to the camera. An amazing film from whatever is up here. I can't seem to get this intro right. God, I'm doing awful this time. This week we're talking about Charlie Chaplin's City Lights. And, you know, there's no better movie to ruin the end for, because this movie has just about the best ending of any movie I'm holding in my hands right now.
Clearly, improv just ain't my thing, so let's talk about writing. No, not that kind of writing. I'm talking about... Yes, that's better. You might not think of silent films as requiring a script or any kind of writing at all, but City Lights is a terrific example of what you might call writing for the payoff. Because the payoff in City Lights is really something to behold. First, a little history. Just a little, I promise. Silent films were way past their heyday in 1931 when City Lights hit the theaters. The Marx Brothers released Monkey Business in 1931. James Cagney starred in Public Enemy. The trend in movies was not only moving away from silent movies, movies were getting talkier and talkier all the time. But not Charlie Chaplin's movies. He stuck to the silent medium far longer than his contemporaries. His first movie with any real dialogue of any kind was The Great Dictator, released 9 years after City Lights in 1940. Getting back to the subject at hand, I think City Lights shows exactly why Chaplin was willing to remain silent. City Lights isn't a complicated film by any means. We open on the unveiling of a great civic statue, which was the kind of thing cities and governments did in those days, only to find it in the hands of, well, perhaps that's not the best way to put it, dutifully guarded by a certain tramp. But let's not spend too much time there. You'll just have to watch the film to see what happens.
What? I can't spoil all of it for you.
Soon, we see the tramp being mocked by some kids, because, I hate to tell you folks, but some things never change. Chaplin doesn't play the tramp as simply a distributor for gags. He has much more going on than that. Which brings us to the flower girl, the blind flower girl. When Chaplin has to make a detour through a town car, the flower girl mistakes him for a man of means, which is probably not something the tramp often gets. So, he plays into it. Though he's just as poor as she is, he buys one of her flowers. Now, I should tell you that there's much more to the story than this, but this is what is referred to as the through line, or the spine of the story. Everything from this point is done to serve the flower girl's storyline. The tramp has no inkling of an idea about saving the flower girl and restoring her sight. Though Chaplin clearly has an agenda, the tramp is just as much in the dark as, no, I wasn't going to say the flower girl, I was going to say this guy. Enter the tramp's rich benefactor. As well he should be, too. The tramp saves his life. To show his gratitude, his rich benefactor offers him drinks and smokes and all the fun money can buy. They go out on the town and they drink the town. But the flower girl is not far away. She comes back in the story in short order. The tramp buys all of her flowers with the benefactor's funds. He sees her home, and by now he is absolutely besotted, besmitten. He is absolutely taken with the flower girl. He's a new man. Sadly, so is his benefactor. With the new dawn and, sobriety, he's forgotten all about the previous night. And though he'll pop up again drunk out of his mind, the tramp learns that his benefactor isn't quite so beneficent. No amount of partying is going to help the flower girl. The tramp will have to do the impossible, the unthinkable, if he's going to raise the funds to help the flower girl. That's right. He's going to have to find a job. Now, this is a fun shot. You might not know this, but cities used to hire trash collectors to literally pick up the trash and sweep up the trash. You don't see them all too often anymore, but I think you'll agree that the payoff to this joke is a big one. As the tramp works, he continues to look after the flower girl as best he can. It's not much, but he is happy to bring a little joy into her life until there it is. A cure for blindness. But how to raise that much money? He tries boxing, which is another great sequence you will just have to watch the film to see. But he eventually finds his benefactor once again, who promises to take care of the girl. But you just know that's not going to work out. So he grabs the money, runs for his life, and gives it to the blind flower girl. After which he is caught by the police and thrown in jail for a really long time. But don't worry, the flower girl is fine. She's great. Her eyes are fixed. She can see again. She even works in a cute little flower shop. Hers is a happy ending. And the story could end right there, couldn't it? The tramp accomplished his goal, and now he has free room and board for as long as he desires, right? Only it doesn't end there. The tramp is released from prison, and we see him in a far worse state than ever before. More importantly, the flower girl sees him. She doesn't know who he is, of course, because she always considered him to be a man of means. And then he sees her, and he is caught. He knows she can see him, but he can't help smile, knowing she's done well for herself. He drops his trashy little flower, and so she offers him another one, a rose. even a little charity. He can't take it. He realizes how pitiful he looks. But she catches him and gives him the flower and puts the charity in his hand. And touching his hand, which is really the only contact she had with him up until this point outside of his voice, and you'd think it would be the voice that she recognizes, but you can see it in her eyes. She knows exactly who this is. And so, she speaks. And then, devastation. I can never make it through that ending without crying. And if you're not a little bit choked up after watching City Lights, I would suggest you have your heart checked. It just might be gone. That, my friends, is called a payoff. That's the through line to the entire film. And it is simply amazing. And that's it for this week and for City Lights. I hope you check out, and that's it for this week. I hope you get a chance to check out City Lights. It's an amazing film. And I'll be taking a couple weeks off. We'll get back to the movies in a couple weeks. Until then, this. Oh, hi. This is the part of the video where I'm supposed to plug my new YouTube series. Supposed to. Probably thinking this is a weird area to be plugging new YouTube series with the bad lighting and everything. But it wasn't supposed to be this way. And I figure I have to be honest with you guys. Actually, I don't have to be. I could lie. But I'm going to be honest with you guys because this was just goofy. So, I've got 2 new YouTube series starting real soon, within the next week. Each one's going to be a monthly series. And I thought I would tell you just a little bit about each one, and maybe put some appropriate stuff over here. After all, this is my version of green, or not quite so green, screen. So, the first, at first I should probably tell you that it's about 12:30 in the morning, the morning following the day in which I filmed the video you just saw. And it's early in the morning because I was supposed to go to a Dunkin' Donuts. And why was I supposed to go to a Dunkin' Donuts? I was supposed to go to a Dunkin' Donuts to film the first episode of the new YouTube series, Cultural Irrelevancy. The whole point behind this is I'm a 52-year-old straight white male. So basically, I don't know shit about culture. What, are you going to come to me for questions about fashion or music or interior design? No, of course you're not going to do that. You're going to come to me for some goofy shit, and I will not disappoint. Cultural irrelevancy is going to be about all those things that fall through the cracks in our culture, starting with donut holes. My whole reason for being at Dunkin' Donuts. Boy, that didn't work out because, as it turns out, see, I was thinking I'd go late at night to a Dunkin' Donuts where the whole place was empty except for the lone employee, so I could talk to the lone employee. Yeah, but there's no Dunkin' Donuts in Southern California that's opened late at night. I should have. I wish I'd known that before I drove down to a Dunkin' Donuts, because now I have no donut holes. Just a terrible emptiness deep, deep, deep within my soul.
where donut holes go. Anyway, look for that first episode whenever I can get a hold of some donut holes to film for you. You wonderful, wonderful viewers. Anyway, the second new series is going to be called something along the lines of Ken La Salle answers all of the really important questions. Now, I could give you a preview of that, and I think I will. Question number 1. Are there any Dunkin' Donuts open late at night in Southern California? No, there aren't. I found out the hard way, and I'm bringing the answers to you. So look for Ken La Salle answers all of the really important questions, or whatever I end up naming it, coming within about a week. And hopefully I'll think of some better answers than that.
And there you have it. You've just survived another Ken La Salle video. For more information about new releases, projects in the works, or even stuff from the archives, head on down to kenlasalle.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and all around social media, just as long as it's called Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for your support, as always. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back soon with more nonsense.